to splurge or not to splurge? That is a question designers are asked all of the time. How do we know when to invest and when we can cut corners? Well, my first guest this morning says you can make your design dreams a reality even on a budget, and you don't have to compromise style to do it. Emily England joining me today to share the art of the high and low. Welcome back, sister.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're going to break this down for us, but you say the art of mixing the two is not just, I mean, it is a budget reality, I think, for most families and most women, most home decorators out there. But you say it's what we desire. It's the look that we want.
Well, I definitely think it makes homes more interesting, and I think you have to make more careful choices when you have a limited budget. And so we're really intentional about everything that we're putting in a home. And most people don't have unlimited resources. So even with a huge budget, I find that we're still trying to figure out where to spend and where to save.
We want to do it wisely. We want to be smart about where we put those dollars. So I love that you are just spelling this out today. We're going to start with the fun side of the street, where we should spend, where we can invest. You say first the bones of the home.
Yeah, if you're building or remodeling, I think it's really important to think about the permanent parts of your house. So what's going to be really difficult to change down the road? Exterior materials, windows, hardwood floors, your stair railing, countertops. Things that sometimes people are like, I'll fix this in 5 years. I have the worst news. You're not going to fix it in 5 years.
You're
going to live with it.
Yeah.
And some of these things are terrible to replace later. And I find when I'm called in to do remodels, people are like, I wish I'd just done the stair railing I wanted out of the gates, because prices go up. So if it's the bones of your home, really invest in it. And Utah has an amazing real estate market, even in a down economy, in a down market. If you look, Utah is homes are continuing to hold their value. So you need to look at your home as the best investment you'll ever make.
Okay, all right. Is there one bone in particular that you wish clients would go a little further on?
So countertops are a funny one because we're further along in the process, and you know, this is kitchens and laundry rooms and bathrooms, and sometimes people just start to feel like, I'm tired of spending money, just do the Formica countertop in a laundry room, and it's like, it's gonna ruin your cabinets to tear those out in a couple years. Please just cry once. That's what I say to people. Just cry once. We're gonna pay for it once and just rip that Band-Aid off.
This comes with the job, but you're part therapist.
Yeah, I really am.
Part designer.
I really am.
Let's just cry once. Okay, another investment you say worth making is lighting. Now this one can suck your budget pretty quickly.
It really can.
It's a fun place to play.
Yeah, they make such an incredible visual impact to have beautiful light fixtures. And I hate to say this, but like cheap light fixtures look cheap. It's one of the places where people are like, I can find something that looks like this for way less. And those faux metal finishes, they're not fooling anybody. They look really bad. So this is my hack. If you can't afford to do the light fixtures that you want now, there's a couple spaces to really invest in. Entryway over a kitchen island.
Okay.
Dining room or kitchen table, and then your primary suite. These are the spaces that like really invest your money in.
So those are 4 hot zones.
Yes.
Where you really want to go for it.
And if you're building or remodeling and you can't get the light fixtures you want, you're going to tell your electrician to wire for them and then cap it.
Okay.
And nobody's the wiser. Nobody sees those little caps, but it's really invasive to go on later and try to do the electrical. You're like getting into your drywall.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So dream big in the wiring.
Yes.
And let your budget catch up later with the actual installation. That's super smart. Okay, seating. You say invest in seating.
Because we're spending so much time actually sitting on like sofas.
We actually use this
I know,
furniture.
that sounds like we're lazy, but these are hard-working pieces. Yeah. You want to invest in a well-made, comfortable, durable, like sofa or sectional for our main living spaces. If you've got kids or pets, you want to really look into fabrics that are going to perform well.
What's your favorite family-friendly fabric for a sofa?
You know, I mean, there's so many different ones now, but just performance fabrics, like a canvas or a linen, and then you can also like Scotch guard them. Just make sure that you've talked to the manufacturer. But and you want to make sure they have it's called the rubs. You're going to look at the number of rubs. The higher, the better. Does that make sense?
I've never heard this.
So like 30,000 rubs. That means that it's not going to. Have you ever seen like armchairs wear out?
As in how much my physical body is rubbing?
Yes. Yeah.
I've never heard this.
I know. So just look at the rub number. The higher the number, the better for those areas where they're getting a ton of use.
Okay. Look for the rubs.
Yeah.
That sounds
rub
kind of
count.
naughty, but you know, sorry, it just doesn't like come right out of the mouth. But it's a professional designer
Yes,
term.
it's
Professional designer term. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you with that.
No, that's great.
It's just new to my ears. Okay, we're gonna save some money, and you say one place we can go a little more inexpensive, save some dollars is on case goods.
Yeah, I just find there's amazing case goods, by the way, are anything that are made out of wood. So end tables, coffee tables, console tables, and there's a ton of beautiful options online that just aren't that expensive.
Okay.
I actually also love to find vintage and antique pieces. Flea markets.
You're so good at this.
I mean, but they're so much more interesting than
Yeah.
just something that we found like on Amazon and shipped to our house. They have personality, they have a story. I love the patina, right? That they add. And the truth of the matter is, with good styling, almost any case good can look pretty awesome. We're adding beautiful lamps, and so it can really elevate almost anything.
You talked about the patina. I don't know if that applies to actual wood, but don't you think our eye has also gotten used to kind of the worn wood? We almost appreciate that lived-in look.
Yeah, the patina is sort of like where if you have a brand new piece and someone puts like their cup on it, and you get the cup ring, and it just kills your heart. Guess what? Those 300-year-old pieces, they're not going to show the cup ring. They look great. They've already been worn.
Okay, I love these permissions. You say we can save on hardware.
Yeah, the hardware just is a really quick place to spend a ton of money. Somewhere like a kitchen, there's so many pieces of cabinet hardware. And I just think there's a lot of beautiful choices out there, a lot of lines like M-Tech that aren't that expensive, but they look incredible.
So help us, you talked about how the faux metal finishes on lighting, sort of an eyesore.
So don't do the faux metal finish on hardware either.
Okay.
But what you can do is just select like a polished nickel looks high end, a bronze looks high end, an aged brass looks high end. And then kind of the funny thing is that there are, they're called brushed finishes, and even with really expensive hardware, I think they tend to look like tracked home finishes.
Yeah.
So kind of steer away from the brushed and head into those other finishes.
I giggle because we built a house not too long ago, and Mark, for whatever reason, got really passionate about the doorknobs.
Yeah.
But now everyone comments on the doorknobs. Like there are some areas
they come in contact with.
Yeah, that
you come in contact with.
Every time it happens, he looks at me and I just laugh. Like, okay, all right, you were right. I'm glad you nerded out on that. Well done, well done. Finally, accessories. That's another place you say we can save.
Yeah, and I think the reason I've decided we can save on accessories is by the end of a new build, most of my clients are just done spending money.
We
have very little money for accessories, and so I've gotten super scrappy.
Yeah.
Amazon and Target have incredible accessories at a really affordable price. And then also just like looking for secondhand items on Cherish, Facebook Marketplace, KSL.
What's Cherish?
Cherish it's like secondhand items sold online. It's like my favorite website. They've got vintage items. But if you know what you're looking for, flea markets, like estate sales, if you know what you're looking for, you can really find some amazing accessories for less.
Well, we want to swap them out anyway at some point. They're a little more transitional.
Yeah, if you want to go trendy, this is the place to really lean in because you can get rid of it in a few years and not feel bad.
Great advice. It's so fun and so inspiring to peruse Emily's projects and work as well. How can we connect with you?
Thank you. I'm on Instagram at Emily England Design.
Emily England Design will link you over. Be sure to give her a follow. Save and splurge. It's a fun game to play when you know how to play it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.